Good morning, good morning. There's a song running through my head, so I'm gonna sing it this morning while we get started just cause it's been stuck there and I can't get it out. So the best way to get it out is to sing it out, right? And I'm gonna do it. If you're reading this, my mama's sitting there. Looks like I only got a one-way ticket over here. Sure wish that I could be one more kid. War was just a game we played when we were kids. I'm laying down my gun, hanging up my boots. I'm up here with God. We're both watching over you. So lay me down in that open field out on the town. Oh, my soul. Where my mama always prayed that it would go. You're reading this. I'm already home. If you're reading this, halfway around the world, I won't be there to see the birth of our little girl. Hope she looks like you. I hope she fights like me. Standing for the innocent and the weak. I'm laying down my gun, hanging up my boots. Tell Dad I don't regret that I followed his shoes. So lay me down in that open field out on the edge of town. Oh, my soul, where my mom always prayed that it would go. If you're reading this, I'm already home. If you're reading this, there's gonna come a day when you move on and find someone else, and that's okay. Just remember this, I'm in a better place. Soldiers live in peace, angels sing amazing grace. Hey, now, in that open field, and oh, my soul, my mama always prayed that you're reading this. If you're reading this, I'm already home. I love that song. Oh my god. Good morning, Florida promoter. Good morning, James. I just had to sing that song, y'all. I just love that song. It's been stuck in my head since Memorial Day. I want to shout out to all the beautiful veterans that we have out there that fights for our freedom every day. The ones that are no longer here with us. The ones that have passed. So we got to thank them for their services. And for some reason, that song was just stuck in my head for like 5 days now. Ever since I watched Mr. Fumble's video, it should have been stuck in there, man. I was watching and catching up on some things this morning, catching up on some things that's going on. I saw some stuff in the beef sector and some other sectors, and I was like, "Whoo, sweet baby Jesus!" There's a lot going on. I'm gonna say this, my friend. If Tracy Cakes ever catches this replay, I don't know if she will or not, but I've always wanted to remix her song. There's a lot going on now. Ooh, there's a lot going on, child. Ooh, there's a lot going on now. I've been wanting to remix her song and make her a little intro with it and actually be the one that's singing it and stuff, but I got to make up the music and all that stuff. Hey, Watcher Boo. I'm totally not in a mood this morning to sing everything, which is crazy. Later, I might do my singing app and post a video. I'm not sure. I'm in one of my moods, when it comes to singing. Sometimes I get in those moods. Music just be all up in my heart, child. It'd be in my heart. It'd be all up in there. I need to do a karaoke night one night, my damn self. Um, there's a way you can do karaoke on here where your stream won't get got. Mostly the best way to do it is everybody sing a cappella, which I know some folks is scared to sing a cappella, right? But you can play the music. It's just you have to do the karaoke versions. You know what I'm saying? Do the karaoke versions and it won't hurt the channel. It's a little bit different the way you got to do it. Good morning, Gamecock Jenny. How you been doing? Sorry, I've been. Watcher, I had to go back and watch your live this morning. Um, Yesterday, had some stuff go down and whatnot, and I was busy, and so I was like, damn, I missed everybody's shit yesterday. I'm like, damn it, no. Um, real life always comes first. I've always said that, always. Yeah, I got some new people trying to follow me on IG. If it's you, you don't have to tell the name necessarily. But like give me the first three letters or something. Cause I got some new people trying to follow me. I don't know who the hell they are. I'm like, I don't know you like that, homie. At least I don't think I do. Like I'm trying to figure out who the hell you is. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I know it's not you. I know it's not you watching. Good morning, racing stars. My beautiful racing stars. She's always racing those stars, darling. You know. We was talking about that over very case the other day about how to roll your R's. I've been able to purr for years. I learned that stuff with me and Jay Dizzle was talking about how we learned that from the lady from Boomerang. Her name is Kitty something another. You know that lady always purring when she talking stuff. I don't forgot her whole name, but darling. She always says darling. I learned how to roll my R's a long time ago. Y'all, I've been sneezing. I done sneezed about 10 times this morning. My damn allergies are like, wee! Because of these storms and all this rain and all that other stuff. I don't know. It's got my allergies all acting up. It sucks when you got indoor and outdoor allergies and you basically have allergies all year round. I'm like, can we choose one? Can I just have one allergy? That would be cool. Well, I gotta have all of them. Like, Jesus. Wow, you gotta bless me with all the allergies. Like me and Jesus is having a conversation right now. Sorry, y'all. I had to go talk to my homie. I talk to my homie all the time. Like, why can't I just get one of them? Why I gotta get them all? Like, come on now. I will say that I do want to do more wellness and more therapy sessions and things like that for anybody that needs it. It's just that's something that's near and dear to my heart is wellness and mental health. because I think it's something that a lot of people need on here. They think, okay, here's the thing. Can you find friendship on YouTube? Yes, you can. But should you assume that everybody is your friend? Hell to the no, you shouldn't. Don't assume that shit. Assumptions are like assholes. Some folks you'd be like, oh, we've been knowing each other 5, 6, 7, 8 years. We besties. If that person done told you 101 times, ain't no friends on YouTube, they ain't your friend. They done told you where they stand. Listen to people when they talk. Don't just hear them, listen. See, there's a difference between hearing something and listening to something. The other day I was watching two people fight, and I was like, they both talking in circles because they hearing what the other person is saying, but they not listening to each other. Because they in they flight or they fight mode, so they not really listening. There's a difference. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. If y'all ever want to know how a person is, sit back and watch them. Watch them. You know what I'm saying? Get to know them a little bit. Watch them. You'll figure that shit out in your own time. Pay attention. You know what I'm saying? And when you pay attention, you'll figure it out. Sometimes you got to sit back and you got to listen to somebody to see what kind of person they truly are. You know what I'm saying? And when somebody has told you 1,000 times who they are, believe them. Damn it, believe them. Don't be going, oh, that's okay. That's all right. No, they're not going to change. They're going to keep doing it. So why do you keep falling into the trap like a dumbass? Oh, I'm not going to get burned. They've burnt me 10 times already, but I'm not going to get burnt. Have some freaking common sense. If they done burnt you 5 times, they're going to keep burning you. Duh. Don't take an idiot to figure that out. But I do understand sometimes people fall into those traps. They think somebody's really got their back. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. I get that. That does happen. You know what I'm saying? To some people. I get it. I get it. You think somebody's really got your back, they're really your friend, and then you come to find out they're not. Now, I will tell you this, be very careful setting anybody up to be your managing moderator. That should be very, very selective. Because a managing moderator don't just okay, let me go ahead and give y'all the breakdowns from regular moderators and managing moderators. Okay. A regular moderator can time someone out, they can block someone in your chat, and they can handle those situations, right? A managing moderator, however, can not only do the things of a regular moderator, but they can set up your times, they can slow down your chat, they can go in and delete videos off your channel. They can go in and change privacy settings. They can go in and do I know this one girl who got mad at this dude and she was a managing moderator for him. They were like boyfriend, girlfriend, and then they broke up and he left her as managing moderator. She went through and deleted everything off his channel. She was going to delete the channel, but she couldn't do that. But she deleted everything off his channel, child. So be very careful who you put as a managing moderator if you have one. I don't have one. I'll tell you that. I don't. Because I done seen too much shit go down. If people get mad at each other and I'm like, no, I'm good. And I suggest other people to be like that. Watcher, I suggest don't have a managing moderator, baby. Even if you love them to death, because they can make a mistake. Y'all can get pissed off at each other. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen. I wouldn't do that. That's just my opinion. That's just my personal opinion. Also, if something did happen, that person that is your friend won't get the blame for it. Right? Because they don't have the power to do it. So, let's say somebody hacks your account and does something. Then your actual good friends and good Judies won't get in trouble. Hey, Miss Yolanda. I'm going to say this, Gamecock Judy, here's the thing. if they make jokes, like I've had people make jokes about my looks, right? I've had people say I look like Peter Griffin. I've had people call me fat. That stuff don't bother me, right? Um, if you're doing it back and forth and you talking about somebody, y'all just going back and forth talking about each other's looks, they weak if they cry about it. I'm gonna tell you that shit don't make nor break me. And me and you could go back and forth all day about each other's looks if we wanted to. We could roast each other down, right? But the only thing that I think, yes, they can. Yes, they can, Watcher. They can too. I saw a girl do it on live. She was a managing moderator for his channel. And she went through there and did that shit. I watched her do it. Absolutely watched her do it. The only permission she didn't have was to be able to delete the channel. Because she tried. She couldn't do it. I watched her do it for real, though. I for real did. You, Mr. Yolanda, do you remember? Miss Yolanda, you remember that time that the old girl, and I'm cool with old girl, but you remember that time she deleted his entire, like all his videos off his channel? We watched it for real go down, watching No Lie Girl. We've seen it a couple times. People get mad and they go through and delete everything off that channel. They can't delete the channel now. That's one thing they can't do. They can't delete the channel. There's a few things that they can't do because only the person who owns the channel can actually do that. They can't deactivate the account, none of that shit. But they can, however, fuck with your audience. They can go back and delete moderators. They can delete moderators. Managing mods can. They can delete videos. They got a lot more power than you think they do. Oh, Miss Yolanda, you remember when that happened to Rob Brack? You remember when Miss Janet and Rob Brack broke up and she deleted all his videos? Good morning, Mr. Rubin. You know what, Miss Rubin? Yeah, that lady, she deleted everything so fast. I'm telling you. You know exactly what I'm talking about, Miss Yolanda. Me and Miss Janet don't have a problem or nothing, but I'm just saying she did. She did it. I watched her do it on live. Mr. Rubin, we've been talking about, and we still are waiting on our book reading. I'm just saying, read me a story for sleep time. I know you've been in the pool and doing your water aerobics and your cutting of the grasses and all that lovely stuff. I know you've been busy, but I really want you to read me a story. Good night. I'm telling you, Mr. Rubin got the corner market on that. Don't even know it. Don't even know it. He could start one of them story time channels and he could make a big bucks. He can make the good money. It happened to Honest Bro as well. That's why Miss Yolanda, that's why I don't have a managing moderator. To tell you the goddamn truth, I've offered one person that role, and that person told me no, they didn't want that much power over my channel. Because they respected me and loved me more than that. And so if something happened, they couldn't be, in trouble for nothing like that. That's how much that person cared about me. That person told me no because they didn't want to, to be able to have that much power or whatnot. Managing moderators can do a lot more than what you think they can. Because basically they manage the entire channel. Yeah, look that stuff up. Be careful having managing moderators. Have standard moderators, which is fine. Now, if you and that person are sharing the content and you trust them a lot, that's different. But even then, I'd be very careful with that situation unless you know for a fact that person's cool with you 100%. So if these people have someone as a managing moderator, that's the only person who can time out or get rid of a mod or do anything to another moderator is a managing mod. So if somebody's timing out your mods, the only way that can happen is if the channel holder themselves are doing it, right? The channel holder or a managing mod. That's the only two people. Well, it depends on if you got a bunch of managed mods. That's the only two people that can mess with another moderator. A regular moderator cannot touch another moderator. Yeah, regular standard moderators only can, do certain things. Oh no, they can't assign other moderators. They can't do that, but they can time out or block regular moderators. They can do that. Well, then how did they do that then? When they only had to manage a mod role? Like, how did they go into the person's channel and delete all their videos? We saw it on live. Like, I'm not shitting you. I'm not crapping you, watcher. We watched a lady do this on live, and she couldn't delete the channel. Okay. Because I want to know. Shoot, we watched this on live. Like, you can ask Miss Yolanda. I'm not tripping. Hey, Maddie. I mean, I have been number one mod for a channel before, but not managed mod because they didn't have managing mods back then either. Let me make sure. Yep. Just making sure.
With me. So the things that I posted in chat a while ago, hey Maddie, are the things that the first two are your standard moderators. They can hide user from the channel and review potentially inappropriate messages in the community on the community page. The managing mod has everything after that, plus those two things. So the managing moderators don't have access to the live control room or the YouTube studio. So they cannot delete videos. You have to have like an admin to be able to go in and delete videos.
So they had, so like she had to be an admin on his channel.
She had to be an admin. That to be able to get in there and actually delete a video.
She couldn't delete the channel. I know that. She tried to do that, but
she girl.
Well, yeah, we saw it.
She may have been a managing mod also, but she had to have. So, like for example, I have one managing mod, and everybody else is standard. I have no admins on my channel.
Well, that's good to know because I didn't know. That's why I ain't assigned nobody that managing mod role because I saw that stuff go down in real time.
Yeah. Now the thing about it is with the managing mod, you have to be careful because they have the ability to go into your comments section.
Yeah.
And they can mod people in your comment section. They can make somebody a moderator.
Oh.
Yeah. So what they can do is they can make someone a standard moderator. And then, of course, that person would be able to go back in and, at mod from the clouds. And if the creator has in chat, if they have the moderation turned off, like where the other mods can't see what moderation's being done by whom, then that person that the managing mod mods up, nobody would ever know.
That is very true. That's why I have my moderation on so y'all can see if let's say somebody got mad at me that is a moderator of mine, right? Let's say that happens and they went to going willy-nilly in my chat. Well, then my other moderators can tell me. I learned this because I'm going to tell you something we used to do in the beef sector as standard moderators. You'd be moderating for multiple people, right? You got mad at a person. Well, you start doing stupid stuff and start deleting comments and blocking people and timing folks out. and abuse your mod stick pretty much, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the other mods snitch on you. You know what I'm saying? And then
Mm-hmm.
that's how you get your mod stick taken. That's what some people have done in the past to get their mod stick taken
Yeah.
instead of asking nicely. I've seen it, so that's why you always want to have that on so that your other moderators can see what is happening.
Mm-hmm. The other thing too
And
is
yourself. You can't see it if you don't have that on. I'm gonna tell you that. Watcher, if I don't have that on, I had it in one chat. I didn't have that on and I realized it. I was like, oh snap, let me go turn that on right quick because I couldn't see what was happening.
yeah. Um, I will say that and I may be kind of gullible in this sense, but I don't have many mods at all. At all. And I I mean, really and truly, you Blaze, Shit Show Phil, Barefoot, my mom, and then I have um Twisted Tea, and then I have two people, or no, one person that's like um a stealth mod. I have a stealth
Oh,
mod.
you have a sky mod. That's what we call that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the sniper. That's the sniper on the roof. Yeah, nobody
yeah,
knows about that person and don't need to know.
exactly.
Um, well, I will say this right here. Hey, shit show, the other shit show. Is that our shit show or the other shit show?
Yep, that's our shit show.
Oh, she done changed her picture on me. She can't be doing that.
Okay. But yeah,
Cause
I've had a lot of discussions like with my managing mod.
yeah,
Like we've had a lot, and we do a lot of testing different stuff
yeah.
to see how things work and what does it really do, what can you really do. The other thing is you can check to see each mod what how many what they how much moderation they've done on your channel.
Oh
Like you
yeah.
can,
All you gotta do is click on it and go to channel activity,
uh-huh.
and you'll see everything that they've done. You can look at their moderation activity. Oh, I know all that stuff. Cause see,
Yeah,
before I became a content creator, before I ever became a content creator, I was strictly a mod, right?
yeah.
So, and
Hey, Chico, hey,
I've
Skippy.
been used to doing that. Now, I've never been a managing mod because those came out not too long ago, right? And my content creators that I mod for really don't like some of them don't have managing mods. They don't like
Mhm.
that. So they just keep their standards. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now I will say I have a specific amount of mods myself. I'm like you, right? Some people are from the beef sector that are my moderators, and I've known them for every bit of 6, 7, 8 years or more.
Yeah.
They're my mod brothers and sisters. From the chat that I moderate for. They're VS Icons mods, and
Hmm.
they're like family to me. You know what I'm saying? Like we've been
Right.
together for so long. And then when all y'all started coming over, I needed some people because I didn't know the other side, and I still
Right.
don't fully know the other side, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't go over there. I don't watch that shit. So I need people in here who know shit and know shit about stuff, right? So I hit up you. Miss Stoney was in here, and who was the other part? And at first it was just y'all two, and then Miss Twisted Tea. I believe I hit her, but um, with a mod stick, and then Mr. Maddie for the mob tube area, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And so that's Mr. Maddie might need to drop some links or something like that. And so that's why I hit up the specific moderators I have.
Yeah. See, that's how I did mine in the beginning when whenever I came from over at gyms or whatever. Like um I've always tried to pick people from like different. So for example, if say for like Ruben, I had Ruben, he's a perfect example. I had Ruben as a mod because he was on Twin Mama's panel and he was on Fumble Nuts. So I knew that, if something happened and another mod timed out someone from either of those places, that he would be able to see it. And so I tried to pick people from, each different place
Each
so
camp.
that, yeah, so they, it kind of like a representative. And then one night I was in there fucking around and I accidentally deleted everybody. Like, because, when you're trying to type in, like, if you're trying to type in a name and you're right there next to, uh, in the box with all the other moderators.
Yeah.
So if I make a lot of typos because I don't
And you were
look
trying to
at.
delete that and
Yes.
accidentally deleted everything.
Well, the problem is that I smoke and sometimes I ash on my keyboard and my keys will stick.
Uh-oh.
And so, yeah, and so I was hitting the backspace, and that sucker stuck, and then bloop, there went all of them. So I just had my managing mod, and I was like, well, shit. And so then I was like, okay, I got to add people back, but I got to figure out how to get everybody in because I can't always find everybody when I'm,
Everybody.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we test things a lot.
Well, that's why I'm glad I hit you as a mod, because here's the thing. You're cool with a lot of people, right? So if you saw some stuff going down, and also what I've noticed about your moderation, about how you are as a moderator, you do what's best for the channel holders the same way I do when I'm moderator. Even
Mm-hmm.
if I like you, let's say we're besties. If I'm ever in a chat and I'm a moderator and I block you, know that it is not personal for me. I'm just doing my job.
Yeah. And for me, like I look at it as, a very important part of someone's channel. And so I can remove my personal feelings about people when I'm on.
Yeah.
Because, a mod, a rogue mod can like totally damage your channel. Just one, regardless if they're managing or standard, just in the way that they moderate. And so, if the content creator states from the panel, this is not acceptable, then when those things happen, I will time a person out and tell them, hey, Charlie's already said this is not acceptable. Fix it and come back. If they don't fix, if they come back and they repeat it again, I'll hit a 24-hour timeout and be like, somebody else can have to deal with that later. But I'm one of those that I try really hard not to have to time people out or, whatever, or block or what have you.
I'm
That's
the
right.
same way.
I have a very, my keyboard is about as ashy as my legs, baby. And that's pretty ashy this morning. But,
Hey, Mr. Bumble.
um, and I'm, on my channel, I'm the same way. Like I tell them, I pretty much, as long as people aren't just downright being nasty and attacking each other, and there's, a level of at least decency. I don't care if people drop f bomb, say the f word. When I say f bombs, I mean the f word, like fuck.
Oh, I
Um,
know. It's almost, I'm the same way. Here's the things, like when I'm moderating your chat, right?
mhm.
I'm just making sure they're not dropping people's names or
Yes,
addresses or doxing in chat, because
yes,
that's a big no-no. That's a
hmm,
TSO violation. So when I moderate any chat, I'm looking for, the only thing that I'm looking for is TSO violations. If they start spamming the chat multiple times, because sometimes you have trolls that'll come in and do that, right? So
hmm,
I'll ask them to stop. If they do not stop, I'll put them in like a 10-second or 15-second timeout to see if they're going to come back and do it again. If they come back and do it again, I'm
yeah,
blocking them, because that just shows that they're a troll. They're not really, they're just spamming chat, and that can
right,
also mess up things. So I also look out for those things too, because sometimes if you do a vertical live, like where you do your ride in the car
yes,
lives, they're bad about catching trolls that come
oh,
in and
yeah,
do that stuff. Or they'll come in and they're not even on point. They're not even on like saying what anything the chat's doing. They're not just saying hello. They literally come in and start like saying M bombs or whatever.
Mhm.
Those people I take out right away. I don't give them a chance. Normally I would put them in timeout, but if they're in there just doing that to do that, we know what kind of person they are. They're not going to add or do anything good for your channel. So I also say this to content creators: if you're doing a vertical live on a phone, put it on subscribers only mode and put 5 minutes or maybe 10 minutes to where
Mhm.
that cuts down on the trolls a little bit. It doesn't fully get rid of them, but there are some trolls that will just come in and do that stuff. Those people, because my friend VS, I've been moderating for her so long, she knows that she can trust me 100% as a moderator, that I'm not going to do anything to hurt her channel. I don't even block people unless it's that, like I said, those two instances: they're breaking terms of service or they're spamming and they're doing something bad to your channel, right?
Right.
The only third way is if you tell me, watch, get that mofo out my chat, they're gonna be gone with
Okay.
a quickness. With a
Yeah.
quickness. And
And
we can be besties.
yeah, usually, good morning, Bumble. It's so great to see you, sir. I cannot wait for tonight.
Oh
Um,
yeah, it's a nice Fumble Friday, y'all.
so with, for me, like um, I really and truly, uh, prefer not. The only reason I like having the damn moderate the wrench is if somebody comes on and I really like them and I don't know how their channel is listed, then I can go and subscribe to their channel without having anybody drop a link. That's really my only reason for liking to have a wrench. Otherwise, I'm like, it's just too much trouble because I get the blame for all kind of shit. And
You won't
so,
get the blame over here, boo.
yeah. And so, but I'm also the type that um, if I'm watching my own chat and I see something, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna, instead of telling my mods to get someone out, I'm gonna do it myself, and then I'm gonna cuss them out as I'm doing it. I've
Well,
been known to
see,
do that a
I'm,
time
I'm gonna
before.
tell you this: if you ever just like, let's say you can't get to your screen right away, but you want them gone while you cussing them out, just say take them out, and I tell you, I got a quick
Girl, I
finger.
will.
I got a quick finger. And here's the thing, this is what I try to tell people when, like, I've had people take it seriously when I'm moderating because I like them and the two content creators don't get along. And I'm like, don't take it seriously if I block you. I'm being
Yeah,
told to. Like, I'm not, it's not personal for me. It's never, when I moderate, I don't put my personal feelings in it. Let's say, Watcher, you had somebody in your chat that I really just don't get along with. I don't like that person. They do something evil to me. Let's just say that. It's not happened, but hypothetically speaking, I'm not going to touch them with my mod stick because, first off,
yeah,
that's
I'm gonna be the first
abusing.
person you point at. Yep.
That is, well, first off, it's not just that. That's abusing your mod powers because that content creator and that person can be cool. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And you can't abuse your mod stick. You can't take your personal feelings into account when you're moderating. You have to be professional. That's the way I
Yeah.
look at it. I'm a professional and I'm going to carry myself as such, like I'm doing business with that person. Is the
Right.
way I look at it.
Agreed.
Yeah, me
Agreed.
and Shit Show, we be like, she got him this time, then I got we be
Okay.
fast fingering it.
That's what I'm talking about. But no, I mean, and that's the way that I look at it. And I guess it's because when I first started going into chats and stuff, it was supposed to be open, and moderators were only there to, if somebody put grape without the G, or doxing somebody, or making an actual threat of violence
Mm-hmm.
that could harm the channel or something like that. And then I watch shows where you know the moderators were a very integral part of the show, and they were held to a pretty high standard. And it's like, when I'm a mod, when people come into your chat, whether I know them, I like them, or anything else, it's my duty as a mod to make them feel welcome, to address them and say hello, welcome in, whatever. That's part of what I've always thought a moderator is supposed to do.
Same.
And so, yeah. And
Even if, let's say, there's a person in your chat and we're not cool, let's say that's a thing, right? Or I've had this happen in other chats where I'm not really cool with the person, but I'm going to greet every single, or try to greet every single person, if I'm a moderator, that comes in that chat, make them feel welcome, because your mods are sometimes mods can be the reason sometimes people come back, because
Right.
they feel welcomed in the chat. They feel like it's a safe place, that the moderators are doing their job. They're not taking it personal. They're not just hitting for no reason. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
You gotta
that's
watch out for that Buster Baradamus when he mods, because he likes to run around in the Speedo and come twerking up on your wrench and try to take it from you and stuff. You better be careful for that one. I don't know.
He likes to play with his wrench a lot in public.
Good morning, good morning, Buster. Good morning, Joy. Good morning, Brian.
Good
How
morning.
you doing, Mr. Brian?
Oh, I'm doing it fantastic.
Did you vote today or what?
No.
What's your ribbon for?
Oh, can you like full screen it?
Okay,
Like,
hold on.
It looks like you're trying to show me your nipple.
Hold on, let me put you full screen real quick. I'm trying to click on it. Why is it not clicking? Oh, damn. Hold on. Let me go down here. No, that ain't I know how to do it. It's just, there it goes. Solo layout. There we go.
Happy birthday?
The baby. It's
No,
your birthday. Oh, happy
birthday. It's your birthday?
Yeah.
To you.
What?
Happy birthday to
Okay, y'all
you.
can take me off full screen now.
I am.
Happy birthday, dear Brian.
Happy birthday to you.
All right. Yeah, now back to it. So how y'all feeling?
How old are you today?
38.
All right.
Yeah, he turned 38 today, and I turned it in a couple months.
No, 38. I was saying, how old are you today? 22?
Yeah, that was back in 2009.
Say, man, where your cake? You gonna send me some cake?
Yeah, no, it's at the birth.
What?
Yeah, I told them to make preparations at the birth later tonight.
Oh, okay. Well, look.
Well, you gotta take a picture of your cake and put it on your community wall so that I could, get my cake love on, because I love cake, and that's food orange to me, and I love looking at cake.
Okay, I'm gonna try to remember
birthday
that.
cake this morning. He's smoking it. He's smoking that birthday cake.
Yeah. Now I have to do my weekly routine, like go to grocery shopping. So yeah, did that. Then went to collect it. All my gifts. So yeah, that I got this far. So yeah. I'm just waiting on tonight, like Jennifer Lopez said.
Are you going to see the Scribbers? You going to see the Scribbers tonight?
No, I ain't got enough money for that. Well, actually, I do, but I'm saving it up. I ain't going crazy about that.
Pin the $5 on your shirt today, and then that way everybody else come along and pin some money on you. And then you can take all that money and go to the club tonight and make it rain.
Yeah, I actually have done that for people. I've stopped when people have the birthday pin, and I've stopped, and I had like a few dollars in my pocket. It may not have been much, you know what I'm saying? But every dollar count, right? And I've sat there and I've came up there and I've pinned stuff people I don't even know. Like, we not friends. I don't know you like that, but I saw your birthday pin, so I was like, guess what? Happy birthday!
I used to love doing it to the kids, because around here, adults will do it, sometimes.
Yeah.
But a lot of them do it for their kids. And so you be walking through Walmarts or whatever, and you see one of them babies have probably about $10 in $1 bills. And you go up and you give them a $5 bill to pin on their shirt, because I'm not touching no kid to pin it on their shirt. I hand them the money and let their mama pin it on their shirt. They get so excited. They're like, what? I said, oh, happy birthday. I see you got your birthday money pinned on there. Here you get some little extra. And they get so excited. I love that.
Yeah, I wonder what this shit's going to be like. Because the bar I'm celebrating it, I'm real respected over there. So,
I got 5 on it.
I'm going to try my best to drink responsibly like I usually do. So, yeah.
What, you going to drink some Hennessy?
No, I don't do liquor.
Oh.
I retired from liquor.
Do you do
The
beer or
entire
do you
the
do
beer.
wine?
I do beer.
Okay.
What
So
kind?
Well, wine doesn't do it for me, so
are you doing like
yeah.
Bud Light, Budweiser? Oh, Modelo.
Modelo.
Everybody has switched over. I will say this: I've seen a lot of people switch over to Modelo recently. I've only if I the only beer I ever drank, there was a reason why. It's because you can shoot them and get drunk as crap real fast, and that was it's that Mexican beer. What's the name of it?
Dos
Shoot,
Equis.
Corona. You
Yeah,
take
that's the same thing, really.
Yeah, really it is. I used to take the Coronas, and what you do is you drink it down to a little bit below
Neck.
the neck, and then you take the twangy salt and you pour a bunch of it in it. You shake it real fast, and then you can shoot it. And trust me, you won't taste the beer after two of them.
What I like is I like taking Corona and you drink it down past the neck,
Yeah.
and then you fill that part up with Bacardi Limon,
Oh,
and then you take your salt and put your little tang salt on there, twang salt or whatever.
I
no.
know twangy salt, and I know somebody who takes that lime. You know that lime stuff you use in mixed
Yeah, I
drinks?
stuck the lime in that bottle.
Yeah, yeah.
I know people who put that in there, put a little of that, put a little extra lime. They'll put a lime in there, and then they'll take the twangy salt because it changes the flavor. And here's the thing: I just don't like beer. I'm gonna tell y'all my first beer I ever drank. I think I was 16 or 17 when this happened. It was Hey Woodchuck Chuck. It was Keystone Light. It was bad, y'all. It was bad because we
That'll give
couldn't.
you the bubble guts and the shits.
Let me tell you something. I threw up pure water, just water. It was awful. Let me tell you something. Because I was trying to drink it too fast because it's so gross. I was trying to drink it to where I wouldn't taste it no more, and I still tasted it no matter how much of it I drank. Let me tell you that. We couldn't get our normal, which for me, we had a friend when we was under 21 who would, get us something. And mine back in the day was vodka, right? And we couldn't get it, so my brother looked old enough to go to the corner store and get some beer. So Keystone Light was it, and I was like, oh my god, no, don't do it.
Ew, Buster. Coors taste like piss.
No, the beer
Nancy
that I
Ice is worse. Oof.
Bud Light makes you pee a lot. Because I remember years ago, I went to a strip club. I couldn't get it hard on because I had to go pee like every 20 minutes.
I'm personally a Michelob or a Michelob Ultra kind of girl.
No, the beer that I hate the most is that's Still Reserve 21. They give you
that my grandmama, I used to have to buy those for her, them 211 Still Reserve. I used to have to get her a little 6-pack. She'd drink 2 of them before she went to bed every night. She loved them damn 211s. Ooh.
That smells like rubbing alcohol.
Hey, Miss W.
Do y'all remember when Bush used to have the Blue Bull?
I do remember that back in the day.
They had 40s. It came in 40 ounces. You had your Old English 840 ounces.
Oh, I remember the Old English.
Oh, girl, yes. I used to drink me some Oldie all the time.
The Mad Dog.
Brown paper bag, crinkled up.
Yeah, I remember we used to do the Booney's Farm and the Mad Dog, and oh my God, Mad Dog. Oh, we used to do the blue raspberry Mad Dog. That was the one we always got. And then I remember when we didn't know back then that Jägermeister and we didn't know that mixing that with the Red Bulls could blow your heart up. And we used to do that all the time. And then I didn't find out until I was like way past, did it already. I was in my 30s when they were talking about kids was blowing their heart up with it. I didn't know that. I'm like, we could have passed away as children.
Shit,
yeah,
I almost died when I was 16 from alcohol poisoning.
No,
we had a bar here that did nickel nights. And so from like 10 to midnight, you could go in, buy any drink in the bar for a nickel. Well, what we would do, I had my sister's ID, so I was 21. And so we went in one night for nickel night, and they had these 3 barber's chairs at the bar. And what they would do is you would do a liquid cocaine shot, and they'd spin. Well, they'd start by spinning you in the chair, and as you're spinning, you take the shot of liquid cocaine, and you keep spinning until you stop. Well, we did copious amounts of those that night. Needless to say, I don't remember driving home. I got home and I dry heaved for several hours to the point I started I started having nosebleeds, and then I had to get up and go to work.
Oh
Mm.
man.
And I went to work still intoxicated.
No, I know how that feels. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, the good thing about it, when it's up, you can go home and sleep, take one hell of a power nap, and wake up
Hmm.
and face the night like. Huh?
For my graduation party, my mom ended up we ended up with 2 kegs of beer for my graduation party, plus a big old 100 gallons of trash can punch. It was crazy. Um, we got really shit faced. But I got shit faced by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I passed out for about 2 hours, and I woke up, and I got shit faced again, and I passed out for an hour, and I woke up and did it all over for a third time. I mean, we went hard that night.
We're just some bad little children.
Yeah, where did the time go? Know what? I remember I graduated school like 20 years ago. I keep on thinking, where did the time go? And like,
I know
shit,
that's right. I
I'm like, those were
graduated
the lessons.
in
Oh, sorry.
1994.
Yeah, like 94. Oh, yeah. I was like 7 years old.
Yeah, we graduated in. I graduated 06. I think you did 05, right, Mr. Brian?
Yeah, 05.
I was
You
supposed to be 05, but I was 06. So
oh well, you started
You
late.
too, Miss Yolanda.
no, I got failed in first grade, and
Oh,
it was a whole story. The teacher intentionally did it. My parents proved that I didn't actually fail, but they said we would have to go to a meeting with the school board or something, and the teacher almost got fired for what she did to me. But she had to apologize to me and whatnot, and they made her apologize, which really didn't help me none because I still had to repeat the first grade.
fucked up.
It was messed up. The whole thing
No, I
was.
hate that. That was my night. One of my nightmares repeating the grade. Though I was a shitty student in the early years, like my fourth and fifth grade year. And then the fifth grade year at the end, I improved because I start quit being a shitty motherfucker. But the way I got by, I cheated, motherfucker.
Yeah, you're like, I cheated. I could tell now there ain't nothing they could do about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can snitch on myself now.
All right. Then know what? I was improving my life and all that shit. Things went to hell. But I graduated 20 years ago. I was the happiest motherfucker in that class because I hated that in high school. No, they tried to cheat me and said I wasn't exempt from my tests because I ain't paid for my tests and all that shit. I had the receipt for it. The principal didn't like me because he knows I didn't like him. My mom had to go to the school and say, no, you ain't doing that shit. You ain't doing that.
My principal was scared of my mama.
You know what? They hated people like me because like that's when I was coming up in the high school. Like you like we had an award show. They gave me Saturday school at the prom night because I wear sunglasses to the award show. I'm like, I seen some football players with their shit and you ain't do shit to them. But that's how
We
it
had
is.
a teacher that was like that. She would, if you wasn't a part of the football team or like in her one of her like advanced classes or something, she would intentionally try to fail you. Like if she thought you had your eyes closed, she would give you a 0. If she thought you was chewing gum, she would give you a 0. And she tried that stuff on me. I was like, I ain't got no gum in my mouth, and you can't see these big blue eyes. Come on now.
Then I told him, no, wait, if you don't play football or basketball, you're not a cheerleader, you ain't shit. In my school.
Well, that's the way one of the teachers was in my school, and she intentionally failed so many students. It's not even funny. And if it wasn't for her, I would have had a 3.76 GPA. But for her, it dropped it down to a 2.77 because she hated me and a lot of other people that much. She failed quite a few people that didn't deserve it, giving them zeros during class time, saying they were sleeping in class when they wasn't, or chewing gum when they wasn't, and intentionally tried to I mean, fail a bunch of folks. One of my friends even dropped out of high school because of her, because he didn't want to have to take her again. But he went and got his GED, and let me tell you something. He made such a high score on the GED that he got offered scholarships to go to different colleges.
Well. If there's gonna be some wrestling in there, we need to see some chocolate pudding wrestling.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Maybe you can see that on my channel one day, huh?
Yeah, I love chocolate pudding wrestling. Okay, I'm gonna drop down, y'all.
No, we'll continue. She
So,
can.
love you a long time. I'll see you in a
Love
little
you.
bit.
Love you. Nice
I'm
to
gonna-
meet you. But yeah, but like after I finished at high school, I was like, you know what? I left town like I wanted to, though it wasn't perfect because like when like back to 5th grade, I started improving things because I was a shitty student because I didn't care about doing work and all that shit. So my parents put me on Ritalin. That humbled me. So yeah.
Good morning, twin mama. No, I'll tell you this. I have had ADHD my entire life, but I technically didn't get medicated till last year. I just dealt with it in school. You know, I didn't get put on any medication. I got, spank your booty medication, and that was my medication. Get in trouble. Hey, DC Kool-Aid and Miss Lisa, how y'all doing this morning?
Yeah. But yeah, just when I started to get back right, like I was 5th grade, we was the last ones. We was the big dogs in the elementary because they moved 6th grade when they created a middle school. Yeah, shit. Then things had to fuck up for me. My parents had to fuck it up for me by moving me away from my friends. I told this story to people a million times, but not the same person individually. They had to move me for various reasons. I'm like, I'm starting to better myself. And to y'all, the school, the friends, the neighborhood, and y'all do this shit to me yet. But they did it for various reasons. Most families was in the area that they wanted to move us in. That and plus that middle school I was about to go to, that was a fucking gang infested school. And plus the classes, they was hard for me and all that shit.
Well, I got I was in a school that was going to be it was a small school. When I say small, I mean we had 20 students per grade, and it was a K through 8, 20 at the highest. Some didn't even have that amount. But I love that school. But I ended up moving before we were supposed to be the last 8th grade class to graduate from there. And I moved in 7th, which I was upset about, but I understood why. My brother passed away, and my mom didn't want to live in that house anymore, right? So I get that, it is what it is. But I hated having to move away from my friends that I'd been friends with from 5th grade all the way up,
Yeah.
And, so I understand what that feels like, but you also got to think there are also insinuating circumstances that your parents wanted you to be in a better school district or away from certain influences that could be bad for you. Like, I went to one school, no crap. I only went there for like 3 months of 8th grade. Living in that area, like when I talk about gang, right down the street from me, like 2 houses over. So it wasn't even that far, right? They were out there every day. I saw prostitutes get thrown out of cars. People doing some nefarious things. When I first moved up to this area, we didn't know much about this area, right? And so my grandparents, oh yeah, we got this good place for y'all to go and live, and it's going to be awesome. Moved up in there, and I'm from the hood originally, so I was used to, that, but I didn't know how bad it really could be until I got in that house, and I was like, oh, you know what I mean?
Oh,
and
yeah.
We moved out of that area real quick, like we only stayed there for a few months.
Oh yeah, but my parents, they didn't move me to a better area because I consider that way worse.
Oh, it was worse. Oh
yes, like I live in Arkansas. Like in the 90s, I was in Jacksonville, Arkansas. That was the greatest time. My happier days. Like at the end of '98, they moved me to West Memphis. That's the That's
Ooh.
that's the
Yeah,
that's the
no.
deepest part of hell in my book.
You'd rather go back to Arkansas. Shoot.
Yeah, they all both are still in Arkansas. Both are in
Because
Arkansas.
I've been, trust me, I've been to downtown Memphis. I've been to the west side. I know. No, 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 no. Memphis is worse. No.
I'm like, yeah, and plus, like back in Labor Day 1997, my great grandmother died. That's the worst day of the whole family's life. So my dad discovered to me like mom wasn't the same. Like I look back and I can kind of see it in her face. And he wanted her to be happy, but
Yeah.
he didn't think about me and my brother because he asked us this a year before that, like right before great grandmother died. Like, y'all want to move, but you're going to stay here in Jacksonville. So me and my was like, nope, we're not going there. The friends are here, and plus, it goes like this because we went like they was there for me when I became an amputee. Like I'm an amputee right here. Like I got free shit for them, and I made it up to them by giving them 50 cents a piece. Back when I was in the first grade, back in 1993, you notice one pinky is bigger than the other one.
Yeah.
But I can discuss that a lot of time. But yeah. Then we went to each other's birthday parties, like sleepovers and all that shit. With each other neighborhoods, played together and all that shit. So I said, I'm in. Like I had a mindset before I was 10 or when I was 10. No, I want to end my high school years with these sons of bitches. Like I didn't feel that with the people in West Memphis. Not most of them, for the most part.
I switched schools a couple of times as a kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I did. So did I.
But I had a few schools I loved and some schools I absolutely hated.
Yeah. But I started school in Germany back in 1992.
Oh, were you a Army brat?
Yeah, my dad.
Usually that's another thing. That's what most people like. When you start hearing about kids being overseas or something from here, is they usually Army brats.
Yeah. Shoot, like I remember one field trip we went to. They took us to an army base. I don't know if it was a real one or not. I remember I had got a cannonball. I tried to put it in the thing, but I did that from the front. And I'm like, how come this thing won't fit, dude? So I'm like, yeah.
Something cool my school did when I was in 6th or 7th grade, maybe in 5th grade. They did a thing, Birmingham in Alabama. It's not Birmingham, but it's close to it. They have, I have to look exactly where it's at, but they have a NASA thing for kids. It's I forget the name of it, but we did a whole semester, like a full month or two over there at the thing, and they got to do all kind of stuff. I didn't get to go, and so I was kind of upset about it because I had a special needs brother at the time, and so that was one of the reasons why. But they did a thing to where they did, I think it was 6 weeks to 8 weeks course over at the NASA thing for kids. It's in Huntsville, Alabama. Thank you, Miss Beth. But yeah, in Huntsville, Alabama, they have a thing that's for like young kids to go to. It's really cool.
Huntsville, Alabama. I went there in '98 when I was still in my home base in Jacksonville, Arkansas. Like they took us to a field trip to Huntsville, Alabama, the space camp.
That's what I'm talking about. The space camp. They did. They did that for my class. Did that for like 6 to 8 weeks or something like that. They went to Huntsville to do this thing.
Oh yeah, because did you go on one of those rides?
One of my friends was telling me that they actually did where they wore the little suits while they were there the whole time. They lived on the campus. They did the where they were weightless and all that stuff, and went through the things where you could act like you were flying the spaceship. It's like a VR type situation. You're in this little seat. The simulator, that's what it is. The simulator rides, yeah. You can simulate being weightless, all that other stuff, simulate being on the spaceship. It's really cool. I think all parents should look into taking their kids to that because that's actually a really cool place in Huntsville, Alabama. if y'all didn't know about it.
Oh yeah, because like I went on 2 rides. One was I guess you can call it an orbit. It was a circle that like you would stand up in and then it'll go not round and round. It'll go like this. I was on that, and then it looks like this right that goes up and down. Shoot, I hated that shit. But I survived it. But I remember with the hotel we had the time of our lives and all that shit. Like we was like we were supposed to go swimming at night, but the chemicals didn't come, so we just roamed the hotel room.
Hey, Susie.
So,
Yeah. The space camp down in Huntsville, Alabama is really, really cool.
yes.
It really
I
is.
recommend it.
But you got any, besides going later today, you got any plans for the rest of the day and for your birthday? You gonna celebrate just today, or you gonna celebrate all weekend?
All weekend. Like I don't know if I'm gonna celebrate at the same bar. I might want to go to the bar around here, like where I'm at now. Because I like both of them. So I don't know how I'm gonna make that work. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But it's been slow in Rock House Live Midtown and Memphis as of late. But tonight it should be different. But tomorrow,
I've been to Memphis quite a few times. So my son, he went to Le Bonheur Hospital up there, right? And he saw it because, that's where they have the specialist when it comes to kids, because he has mild cerebral palsy. And so he had to see a neurologist, a surgeon, all that stuff. And I'd be down there in the worst part, because, the hospital's down there in downtown, which is the worst part of Memphis. And I went with this one dude one time who took me, and this dude was big. I'm talking about, he looked like he could be a linebacker big. Not fat, just big. Like, whoa. And he was scared of going, because I asked him to take me to the corner store, and so I could smoke me a cigarette, whatnot. And he was scared to be over there. He said, "Oh, you could get up, but I'm scared to get up." I'm like, "You scared? I'm smaller than you. Come on now." I'm a little bit woman, and you afraid you could clobber him with one fist. Come on now. You a big old man. You ain't no little bitty dude. And then we had a flat. We had a flat over there in Germantown. We were going through. We were gonna go through Germantown and whatnot. And he had a flat on his car. I was like, "Ooh wee!" Now we got a flat. Because we went through this one way and there was something on the road, you know what I mean? And I will say this, if you've never been through downtown Memphis, the smell over there, even if you got your windows rolled up, your air conditioner on, oh my God.
No, but the shit in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, that's way worse, huh?
It's bad. I could still remember that smell because it makes me want to throw up every time I go through there, because not only do you have the industrial smells from that area, right? Then you have the plain smells, and then on top of that, if for some reason it smells like straight up doo-doo, and it's like it mix all that together with the tar smell and all this other stuff, and it's like, ugh.
No, sir.
Yeah, there is a West Memphis, Arkansas, and there's a West Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the one in Tennessee. Tennessee is yeah. You don't want to be in Memphis, Tennessee, in certain areas.
You don't want to be in either one. Take your pick. But I'll say like the people in Memphis, they're much nicer than the ones in West Memphis. Those are fucking Satan devils motherfuckers. They some devilish ass people.
I'm gonna tell you this. I've never been to West Memphis, Arkansas before.
Don't go there, please. Don't save yourself the
Yeah, I've never been there. I've only been to Memphis itself. Now, I will say, Memphis has gotten worse over the last few years. I have friends that go up there quite often, and they say even like Beale Street. A lot of people go to Beale Street to listen to the blues. And they say Beale Street's gotten so bad that you don't even want to take your car around there. They've been stealing cars from locked parking garages. They've been stealing, there's been a big uptick of stuff recently over the last few years. And it's gotten worse in Memphis. Like, you can't even park your car in your own front, yard, like in your own driveway. You have to put it in a garage. The Kia boys, they were talking about it was so bad when that was going down, that it was terrible. Like you couldn't go to the store, certain places you just they just steal your stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it was pretty bad there for a while. I don't know if they've straightened it out or not. I know when I went to downtown Memphis, Tennessee, and I went to the Le Bonheur Hospital over there, they tried to break into my. At the time, we had a handicap accessible, ramp van, and they tried to break in to steal it because running it across the scales because it had that ramp in it. All
Oh
that
yeah.
metal, they would have made so much money. They didn't, thank God, tear the entire, what is it called? The little thing where the key is. They didn't tear that all out, thank God, because we were still able to use it. But they did try. And then they ate a pizza that had been in that vehicle because my son had surgery that morning and we had to be there at like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. So we had gotten that the day before and it was in the fridge. Well, I had to take it out of the fridge of the place we were staying. And we stayed overnight up there, right? And so I had to take it out of the fridge and I had put it in the van and I was going to take it and throw it away. But we had to get him up there, to his surgery. And I was going to do it after he got in his room, got comfortable. I was going to go down there and clean out the van. Well, I accidentally left it in there and almost forgot about it. And it was about 3 o'clock that afternoon when they did this. So it had been in the van in the heat from early that morning. And they ate it. I know they got sick as hell because it was a meat lovers. Ooh, I know they got sick. I know that pizza burnt and they ate it. And then they drank a Pepsi that had been in there for like, I don't know how long. And I know it was hot as hell. I'm like, if you needed that pizza that bad, child, I know that you got sick from that too. And but our van was parked right in the handicap spot, right by the back door. It wasn't like it was like far out there at the end of the parking lot, close to the road. No, it was all the way up by the back of the hospital doors.
Oh.
Like right there, like not far out in the parking lot, not near the road. Oh, I swear. Also, there was misinformation spread the other day. I did clear that up. People were spreading false information about the Take It Down Act that was just recently passed. That is not a thing to take away free speech. Somebody was spreading that rumor. That was a thing to stop revenge porn, to make it a federal thing because every state has different rules, right? And it was to make sure that also if a website allows your oods to be put up or specifically for children, they have to take it down. They have 40, I think it's 48 hours to take it down. If they don't, not only will the person who posts it be responsible, but so will the website who allows it.
Oh yeah.
So that was actually for that. I saw that, and then I saw at the Diddy trial, the Gene dude who was Diddy's bodyguard for a while.
Yeah.
I heard he knocked out Donat, who's a YouTuber. I don't know if you know who Donat is. I do know Donat. And I was like, what? And then Donat said, I didn't get knocked out. You just made that up to the white dude who said it. And I was like, Lord, sweet baby Jesus, what's going on here? Did he get knocked out or didn't he? Like anybody, I tried to find the video to see, I believe if he had knocked him out, somebody would have got a video. And I ain't found a video yet. And so I've been looking to see if I can find a video of him getting knocked out because I actually know Donat. Don't know him, like we ain't besties, nothing like that, but I know him as a content creator. Been to his channel, he's been over at my friend's channel. So I know him as a CC, if that makes sense. And I'm like, what the crap? I need to go over to Donat's channel and see, like, what happened there, man? Did you really get knocked out? But that's some of the headlines that I've been seeing in the news recently.
Yeah, it's been some silly ass shit. But I don't care about that crap anymore. It's just too much. I'm so sick of hearing about them, man.
Yeah, that's all you hear about now in the news right now. And I don't think it's going to go away anytime soon until this trial is over with. And then they'll move on to the next story.
Yeah, next story. Yeah, the same old crap. The same old. It's always the same old things we're tired of, and we don't care for it. Like I know it's all over the internet because it ain't gonna be on TV. Not all of it, at least, maybe 25% of it. And I don't watch those channels.
Well, they're
Plus,
not going to put the trial on there because technically it's a federal trial, and it does depend on judge by judge can decide whether or not to do that. But in this one specifically, they're not going to televise it.
it did. So I really don't even have cable. Really don't have cable. So I watch the old shit. Make me escape all the madness that's been going on since the middle of 2006 up to today. Yeah, that's my escape. You actually, when I turn on my TV, what do I see? What's on my TV screen? Shoot, I tell you what it is.
A lot of times, I very rarely watch the news anymore because it's just super negative most of the time. And if it's anything worth hearing about, I know somebody's going to tell me about it anyway, right? So if it's really worth it, it's going to blow up all over my time feed anyway, right? And so that's the way I look at it. Is if it's something serious, I know other people around me who watch it, and if it's something serious, they're going to tell me anyway. So I'm like, why do I have to waste my time watching it when I can go watch something fun on YouTube or watch Tubi or watch Netflix or whatever, or play a video game and chill. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't see the reason for that all the time. Because think about it. If it's really worth knowing about, you gonna hear about it anyway, right?
Yeah. Ain't no running away from it.
So that's why I say if it's really worth something, I'm gonna hear about it. But anyway, so tonight I was also going to tell y'all, besides Mr. Fumbles having a live, Queen DD Said It is having a thing to where she is uplifting smaller channels and doing a talent show type situation where she like uplifts smaller channels. I think the live is already set up. Let me look. I believe, no, I don't think it is, but it's going to be pretty much, a talent search and, to like uplift smaller channels, because we help each other in that way, help each other build, help each other grow by doing stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and drop Dee Dee's channel. I've dropped Mr. Fumbles. I'm going to pop it again, though. I'm going to pop Mr. Fumbles' channel again for those. If anybody else is having a live tonight or today, please let me know, because I'd like to, I like to share the wealth.
No, I might do one on Sunday. Well, I know I'm gonna do one tomorrow for the gaming, but I might do one on Sunday. I don't think I'm gonna do one today because I'm after eating, I'm gonna be asleep. But unless I do decide to do one before I go out in the night. But you got my channel, so you should know.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and drop your link because it's your birthday. And how can we celebrate your birthday? By getting you some subscribers on your birthday.
New people. Like, far as sharing the wealth, we've been doing it since the beginning, and it continues today. Well, it didn't continue like again since 10 years ago, because that's when everybody started dropping off the surface. Everybody like started having fallen outs. People started beginning to come for themselves and all that shit. People was changing. Then we was all starting to come back together, but except it was new people that I know today, like since 2019, since 2020 especially. But I ain't meet nobody else to 2021 that led me to you, huh? So
Yeah.
thank you very much.
Well, I hope you have the best birthday ever today. And I hope that as you go out this afternoon, you eat you some good food, take you a good nap, have you some fun this afternoon. I hope don't no crazy mess go down. I hope it's all fun and all good.
All right. You rule. I like you a lot.
I just be chilling. But no,
Yeah,
yeah, I think that a lot of us, smaller content creators, we have enough wealth to share with each other. You know what I'm saying? Share each other out, build each other up, or, support each other. Because that's technically how I got my 1K so quickly on YouTube was because, I support a lot of people. I'm in a lot of people's chats. So they, shared me out and they gave me a lot of love. So I'm going to continue to do that and have continued to do that, um, you know, through my whole career because I will always give flowers to the beef sector. And that is the sector I'm originally from, and all the people who showed me love from there, and every other sector that I've went into after that. That's why you'll see on my thing I say thank you to the. I need to add in the new sectors, but I don't know what some of the sectors don't have names per se. So that's why I have a thank you everyone at the end because some of the sectors I associate with don't even have a name, right? They don't have a name for their sector. Um, so that's why you see my thank you video. I'm thanking everybody for everything because without them, I wouldn't be where I am today.
yeah, yeah. That's why I pay homage to all the OGs that was around me since 2007, the 12 or 13, and the ones from the day. Because
I'm gonna
because I
tell
think
you,
things improved, though as far as like the animosity goes, they got worse. But I'm gonna ignore that. But
this lady right here is my OG, will always be my OG. I'm for some post her channel. Her name is VS Icon. I will always give her flowers for all that she has done to me, or not done to me, but done for me. Let me rephrase that because I don't know why I said that other way. I guess my ADHD is like, we. But VS Icon, that lady right there, I've been with her for a lot of years. She helped me with my channel. She's the one that pushed me to do my channel in the first place. She's like, Charlie, you need to do your channel. Her, Miss Coffee, and a lot of my brothers and sisters, the Hood Table, you'll see her. She's one of my moderators. They pushed me and, told me, hey, you need to do your channel. And they helped me get to my 1K. They pushed me to be better. So I will always give them their flowers. And VS Icon covers a lot of topics. The Hood Table will tell you that she covers everything from the hood to the White House. But I love the Hood Table and I love VS Icon, and I will always give them their flowers. They're my sisters from another mister. You know what I mean? Also, I have a lot of friends on here that I absolutely adore, inside and out. They're amazing people. I've met some amazing people through this application. You know what I'm saying? Like Beautiful Watcher in chat. I've met physically. I don't think I've physically met anybody from here yet. Yet I say yet because we've also talked about it, and in the future there may be some that I do meet, but through this application I have met some amazing, just amazing people. And if anybody wants their channel dropped, just let me know. If any of the mods would like to drop their channels or any channels that they would like to promote, y'all have full say so to do so. Like any channel y'all want to promote, that's y'all can drop that at any time because my mods also have the power to drop channels if they so choose to, and they can drop any channel they want.
yeah, that's right. Mm. Plus, like with all of you around today, since the people I met since the end of 2021, I wish y'all was around like 15 years ago, because that's when everything was booming. Though we were suffering from hard times, the recession, the economy, and all that stuff. Because that's when we needed each other the most. Wish y'all was around, because I think with things getting back to the way it was, I'm thinking about bringing back some old concepts that I used to do. I just need some categories for it.
When I started, I've been on this application since then, but like I didn't start content creating until like I think it was September of last year. So like sometime during September or October of this next year will be actually my 1 year that I've been content creating. But before then, I was just a moderator and a sub. You know what I mean? Um, so like this channel goes back a little bit further than I've been content creating. Um, let me go look. I can actually tell you the exact time I created this channel. I had a channel before this one. It didn't get banned or no stuff like that, but I created this channel October the 8th of 2017. I had a channel before that though, and I created this one, and I just basically did away with the other one. But that one right there, I had since like shoot the inception of YouTube, I would suppose. Like, yeah, because I wasn't a content creator, there was no way for me to get banned, you know, or get done. I just, yeah. I wanted a channel that did content, so that's what this one was for. And I just basically stick to this one. I don't have a backup yet. I am going to create one though, because everybody should have a backup channel.
I think I have 2 of them, but I don't use them.
Well, if you like, if you're a CC, what you should do is while you're doing your main channel, promote your backup. That way, if let's say you get a strike or something, right? Well, you don't want to be on that main channel until that strike goes away and it's taken off your account, or you're going through the appeals process, right?
Yeah, I do my best to go ahead.
You have your backup, and people are already subscribed to it, so that you can go over there while you're working on your first channel and doing what you got to do for your due diligence of fighting the strikes and things like that. That's why you have your backup channel. You know what I'm saying?
I understood. But I'm always careful about that shit. Like, make sure you don't act a fool and be extra careful.
Yeah, just don't break terms of service and you should be fine. Most people, if you stay within that realm, you should be straight, you know, but it's always good to have it, because I trust me, I've got a lot of friends on these YouTube streets, and some of them have backups for the backups for the backups. And, you know, they build those channels while they're doing their main channel, right? And that way, if something ever does happen to their main channel for whatever reason, they have a fallback plan.
Yeah, but yeah, like I kept my shit for 17 and a half years, and I want to keep it up there for eternity, motherfucker. So I'll fight hard to keep my shit in. But yeah, shoot, damn, that's, you know what? That's all I really have to say here. So,
you have a good day, Mr. Brian. Go eat some good food. Have a good birthday, and happy birthday again.
I want to see you again. Maybe over the weekend.
Yeah, we might see each other. You never know. I might pop up on whoever's channel you know be on. Saturday is my husband's day, so I usually spend time with him. But sometimes in the morning, if I catch people on, I might be over there while I'm drinking my coffee. Or on Sunday, you know, that's my Geek and God day. So, you know, I praise Jesus and do a little D&D because I'm a geek. That's why I call it my Geek and God day. I geek out a little bit, and, you know, do some nerdy things. Gonna catch me white and nerdy.
You're a Christian woman, okay? But yeah, I got to roll.
You have a good one, Mr. Brian. Thank you for coming up.
Love you.
Love you. Bye. But yeah, so you know, with everything, does anybody have any cool plans for this weekend? Any shows you're gonna be doing, so that we can promote you over here and tell folks, hey, this is happening such and such day. This is happening such and such day. Now, I will say a friend of mine from the beef sector is doing a talent show. A cool person to me. Now, you know, a lot of people be fighting. I don't get into the beefs and nothing. They're doing a talent show on the 14th of June. I told him, I said, when you get the, you know, the poster or whatever, shoot, you know, hit me up with it and I'll put it on my screen so people can see. His name is Lemon. Y'all probably seen me share him on my community wall. He's doing a talent show, and the prize is going to be like $1,000, like the main prize, I believe, or something like that. It's going to be pretty big, is what I mean. I don't know what they've settled on fully as first prize, but first prize is going to be pretty large. Let's just say it that way. If you want to win some big money, on the 13th, they're doing a talent show. So if you got any talent, whether it be singing, poetry, you know, whatever it might be, I just dropped his channel. It's Big Lemon. He's going to be doing that on the 13th. Now, I don't know right now if anybody else has got any competitions coming up, but a lot of times in the beef sector, they'll do competitions, right? Different kind of competitions. And the prizes can range anywhere from 500 to first prize, 300, 200, 1,000, so on and so forth. So a lot of our beef sector people do competitions sometimes. We don't do them all the time, obviously, but sometimes. So when they do competitions and I know about it, or our Mo 3 sector people, or our black sector folk, or any of the people that I follow and do, if they do in contests, I'm going to let y'all know about it. Because, hey, who don't want to win that prize money? Now, I would love to be in Lemon's talent show, but he decided to do it on a Saturday. So I'm going to have to catch that replay as long as it's still up. Because if he had kept it on Friday the 13th in June, I would have been able to be there. But it is what it is, obviously. But yeah, I'm drinking my coffee right now. And Miss Beth, I'm going to try to remember that your birthday is in 10 days. So I'm going to try to remember my very, very best. And I'm going to count it down. I'm going to try to make sure I got it right. And that way, when your birthday comes up, let me see if it's on a day that I go live. No, I may have to do it the day before your birthday, your actual birthday. Because I believe it is on a Saturday. So I may have to do it that Friday. But I ain't going to forget. I'm going to try to remember, even though my ADHD says, what? I'm going to try my very, very best to remember that. Because I like giving people their flowers when it's their birthday. You know what I'm saying? Because that's your born day, and that's the day that God blessed us with you. But I hope everybody's going to have a good weekend this weekend. I hope y'all going to go out, party hardy, do something fun, touch grass, have time with your family, eat a big meal. Because life's too short. Life's too short. At any moment, you can blink an eye and you might be gone tomorrow. So have fun while you're here. You know what I'm saying? Don't let haters bother you. Don't let people who are, against you bother you. Just keep living your life and doing your thing and ignore them. Let your ignore game be on point. Because mine do. Mine ignore game be straight up on point. I ignore the crap out of stuff. But yeah, so I'm just sitting here chilling. I'm sitting here thinking about what I'm gonna do later this afternoon. I'm not sure. Might play some Minecraft, might play some GTA online. You only live once. That's true, Miss Beth. You gotta make it fun while you're here, make it good while you're here, love the people you love. You know what I'm saying? And tell them you love them. Like, don't let them think you love them. Tell them you love them. Tell them how much you love them. Give them their flowers while they're here, because you never know how fast they can be gone. You know what I'm saying? And don't let your last words be to somebody something hateful and something you're going to regret. You don't want to have those regrets in life. Ask anybody who's been through it. You don't want to have those regrets. You don't want to have them. You know what I'm saying? So my family's saying has always been, don't go to bed angry. You know what I'm saying? Don't go to bed angry, and don't let your last words be something that you're going to regret, because you don't know if they're going to wake up the next morning. So talk that shit out like two grown adults. Talk that stuff out. Well, see, that's what happens though, Miss Beth. As you get older, you start losing everybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no grandparents. All my grandparents have passed away. So all I have, I don't really, some of my extended family I'm cool with, but most of them, we're not as really close as we used to be when we was little bitty kids, because once the older generation passed away, we don't get together like we used to. We don't have family reunions like we used to. So we don't really see each other like that, because all of us are living our lives. You know what I mean? We're all grown with kids and doing our own thing. Not saying that we don't love each other and things like that. It's just, you know what I'm saying? I don't believe that, Miss Beth. There ain't no way you that, you do not look no 83 years, girl. Me and you gonna fight on that one. You don't look old enough. You really don't. I would not assume that's your age, girl. See, Rayson don't have no parents or grands left. Hey, American honey. Oh my God, I've missed you, my honey. You can't believe me no more. Okay. I love you. Girl, I wouldn't have believed it. I would not have believed it if you hadn't just told me. If you hadn't just told me you fist be 83, I would not believe that stuff. You know, Miss Beth, I knew you were older than me, but I didn't know you was, in your, I would have never believed it. I thought you was in your 60s. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that you said you have a grown kid, so I thought you was the age of my parents. You know what I mean? I wouldn't believe that if you hadn't just told me. The only reason I assumed that you were older than me is because you said, your kids, their ages and stuff. And so I thought you was like 60, maybe going to 70, but not 80. And it wasn't even because of your looks on that. It was just because of, kids. And I thought you was looking, young for that age. Shit, I know, girl. I know how it be, but I love you, my honey. My American honey. Sugar pie, honey bunch. You know that I love you. I can't help myself. I love you and nobody else. I don't know why, but that just came to mind. I had to sing it right there. Oh! I thought your kids was about my age. Shoot, your baby is your baby is at least 10, 11, 12 or 13 years older than me. Yeah. I'll be 38 this year. So I'm about 2 years before 40. I got 2 years before I hit 40. And this picture that's on my avatar right now is a closer picture and a newer picture than the one where I had my hair dyed black. I don't let my hair go back to its natural color, which is like a brownish color. So this one was actually taken just recently. Yeah, so this is more of a new picture than the other one. I ain't dyed my hair in a minute. I'm probably going to dye it again soon. I do like occasionally doing that. I don't do it all the time because it's not healthy for your hair. I do it every once in a while. Oh, see, Miss Beth, that's the hardest thing right there for a parent to go through, to have to bury your children. That is one of the hardest things I have heard. I've Miss Beth, I felt a portion of that pain, and I'll explain to you why. They told me my son wasn't going to make it, right? And so I cried every day, thinking I was going to lose my child. And I felt that depression every time I walked out that hospital and I hit my knees, right? Every time. And I can't imagine what it really fully is like, because just a portion of that almost destroyed me. Just a portion. I'm saying like 10%. Your dog is just trying to sing along, Mr. Buster. They like to sing Sugar Pie Honey Bunch. They singing along. See, that would have been the hard one, is the 16-year-old. The 16-year-old been hard. So my mom and daddy lost my brother when he was about to turn 18. He was 17 years old. And he was special needs. And they lost him, very early on. And then my mom has lost many pregnancies. And the last one was twin boys she was pregnant with. And she lost my twin brothers, and 28 days later lost my actual brother that was special needs. So she lost a pregnancy that was pretty further in, and then lost my brother. My mom made it through it, but I'll tell you what, it wasn't easy goings at first. It was pretty rough. You know what I'm saying? She was already grieving the loss of 2 babies, and then she had to lose my special needs brother, who was not too far from turning 18. So, yeah. I know that was extremely hard for you, Miss. But I want to say you're one strong individual to keep going, knowing that you went through all that. You know what I'm saying? You went through all that and you made it out on the other side. I know some days are harder than others, and I know that you're still fighting to be here because you're being there for your other baby. You know what I'm saying? But I know that was very hard what you went through, and that was not something that was easy. I thank God you're still here, Miss Beth, because you're such an amazing human being with a good heart. You know what I'm saying? You got a great heart, a great way about you, and I thank God that you're still here with us today. I'm very thankful for when God gives us good people in our lives. That's true, Miss Beth. It has made you stronger, and without God, you could have not made it, but you did. And I thank God every day that you're still here, Miss Beth. I just want you to know that. Because good people deserve to be here on this earth, and sometimes bad things happen to good people. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it does anger me to think that good people have bad things happen to them, but then you have pieces of shit people who it seems like nothing bad happens to them. You know what? They gonna get theirs eventually. I've always said this: if they don't suffer right when you think they should, they will suffer before they die. The bad people, and y'all know who the hell I'm talking about. Bad people gonna get theirs eventually. Karma's a bitch, and I can't wait to see what she does. I'm gonna eat my popcorn. I'm just saying. I don't normally wish bad upon anybody, but there's some folks that I just can't wait to see karma bite them in the ass. It's going to be glorious. They deserve everything that's coming to them. I just hate to see when good people go through bad things. It just kills me on that fact. But, I do want to say that I think you're all amazing human beings, each one of you for different reasons. You know, I love how Miss American Honey is like one of the sweetest humans you'll ever meet. Miss Beth is kind and gives you an advice. Like, Miss Beth, I think of you like a person who's going to give me a advice that I need to hear, even if I don't want to hear it. Right? You're going to tell me how it is regardless. Mr. Buster, he going to come in with the funny. He going to try to make people laugh because he knows that this world is evil enough as it is. Right? Stiffy loves to make people laugh. But she'll also cuss a hoe out if she needs to. My Racing Stars is my sweetheart, right? But she don't get Racing Stars messed up, man. She'll give you one too if you need it. You know what I'm saying? And so each one of you bring a different thing to the table, right? Each one of you have your own personalities. And I love the fact that each one of you are amazing people internally. Like, you have good hearts. Like, you're not just evil. Because we've seen the evil on this apparatus. We've seen the bad people on this apparatus. We see what they do every day. You know what I'm saying? And I am just blessed that I met all you amazing people. I feel truly blessed. Oh, Miss Beth, you've had to correct me a few times. Because, sometimes I mess up, child. Sometimes I do. I ain't perfect. I try to get the information correct, but sometimes I be messing up. Miss Beth had to get me together real quick. And sometimes we need that, right? We need someone to get us together when we're wrong. We need someone to stand up and say, hey, set your little ass down somewhere. We all need that in our life. We need someone that holds us accountable. You know what I mean? And that's something they can't say about you, Miss Beth, that you a yes man. You know what I'm saying? You gonna tell somebody if they wrong. You're gonna be like, now, child, you know better than that. Don't make me pull out my mama card on you. I will pull it out. But I'm gonna tell you like I'm your grandmama in a sweet way, but I'm gonna tell you about it. I think that, it's awesome. Like, think about it like this. If we could thank that person for one thing, it'd be bringing together a bunch of good people. A bunch of good people came together. You know what I'm saying? I like your suggestions, Miss Beth. You got good suggestions. And God does see all. I'm going to tell you something. He sees all. You may not pay for it now, but one of these days you will. That's what I say. When those bad people, we think they're getting away with bad behavior. No, they getting away with it for the moment. For the moment. Eventually, they're going to pay for it. It's just some of us hope we can be there to see it go down. And see, that's another thing that young folk don't do sometimes. They don't listen to their elders. Elders know more because they've been through more, right? Elders know more because they've been through more. So sometimes we should listen to our elders that know more and have been through more, because they can teach us things. And through them, they can teach us, life lessons and things that they've been through. And it helps us grow as individuals. And that is true, Miss Beth. What's done in the dark always comes to the light. It always comes to light. You can try to hide it, but eventually it's going to pop. It's going to pop up. It's going to pop up. You can't stay in the darkness either for a very long time and think that that you're going to stay and you're going to keep doing bad things, because eventually it's going to catch up to you, whether it be for your health reasons, whether it be for whatever reasons. You keep being evil to people, you're going to find out, because sometimes we mess around, we find out, and that's why I say when evil comes and knocks on people's doors and does bad things, it may not happen in the time that we want it to. They may not get their just desserts when we think they ought to, but it will happen. Miss Beth, you are smart as all get out. You have a lot of intelligence and a lot of things to share, and a lot of life lessons that some young folks need to listen to. See, that's something that I'll say that I've always done. I listen to people that are 10 years older than me, 20 years older than me, 30 years older. Why? Because they have more experience in life and things that they have been through and gone through and seen their family and friends go through and been through. So listening to your elders can teach you a lot. You know what I'm saying? It can teach you, and you can learn through that. We never stop learning. No matter how old you are, you never stop learning. There's always more wisdom to give. Facts, American honey. That wisdom is worth more than any gold. Because the most powerful thing you can have is called knowledge, right? Knowledge is powerful. Whether it be a life lesson, whether it be in a book, whether it be common sense, whether it be, putting stuff to use, somebody teaching you how to do mechanic work, or, how to do something electrical. Knowledge is power, so the more we can learn, the better we'll be. Self-knowledge is also good. Yes. Hey, hey, Kathy Cat, just, we never stop learning. I don't care if you're, 60, 70, 80 years old. You know what I'm saying? You can still learn. We always learn it. We're never stop learning. That is true, Miss Beth. And you got to think through the stuff. So, Stiffy, you hard-headed, you stubborn. Some of us can be that way, and we have to learn the hard way. Sometimes we have to get hit a few times upside the head. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we have to get hit upside the head a little bit. Sometimes we have to do that, Some of us are a little more hard-headed than the rest, but that's okay. You still learn your lessons. You know what I'm saying? There have been many times that I've learned lessons through someone else's life experience, right? I saw somebody else go through it, so I didn't do it. Like when it comes to hard drugs, I've never done hard drugs a day in my life. And it's because I've saw someone else do it, and I'm like, nope, that's not for me. I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. And because I saw someone else go through, I'm like, I'm not going to do that. But I have seen some people that are hard-headed, and they're like, you know what? I'm going to go do it. And we're going to see what happens. and they had to learn the hard way, you know. Um, but life lessons and learning, that's the same. I'm the same way. Hey, barefoot sis. That's bare feet sis 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 sis, sis. I love barefoot sis 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 sis. Um, yep, that's true. If we don't learn easy, it will repeat harder. Very true. And I carry myself like a lady, Miss Beth. You know, that's the thing. I was taught the old school way. So I've carried myself as a lady, um, and acted as such. Now, is there times that sometimes I get unladylike? Yes, everybody does, right? But I've always carried myself in a specific manner because in order to get respect, sometimes you have to respect yourself, right? So I highly respect myself and I respect others. You give respect to get respect. Now, if you spit on that respect or you do something evil, well, then F you. You know what I mean? I'm always self analyzing too, Stiffy, and wondering what I can do better. Like if I mess up and I fall off and I fall short, I'm like, well, how do I do this better the next time so I don't do this again? Or if I do something wrong, I stand in my ish. I admit when I'm wrong or when I do something wrong. Because how are we to change if we don't do that? Right? How are we to be better if we don't check ourselves before we wreck ourselves? That's true, Miss Beth. A lot of people don't know. There ain't no Wells Fargo behind a hearse. You can't take it with you when you go. So, what really means more on this earth is the people around you. What means more on this earth is your friendships that you build. What means more on this earth is the love that you have. Because money can be gone in an instant. Looks means nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's going to go away. Materialistic stuff comes and goes, right? So, what really, when you boil it down, do you have at the end of this lifetime? You know what I'm saying? When you pass away, right? When it's your time, what do you leave behind? Your loved ones, the people you care about, the people who care about you, and they mean more than any money could ever buy. Money can't buy that. You know what I'm saying? People are like, you know, the most amazing thing. The things that you, you know, have on this earth. And I will say that also, Kathy Cat, morals, self respect, holding yourself to a specific standard and staying on that standard and not bending it to fit in. That's true. What counts to God is how we treat one another in the end. Hey, Miss Catherine. Good morning, Miss Catherine. I have, and above all, love. That's true. That's true, Cat Cat. Why does that make me think of a song? I'm trying to remember what song that was. There was a song that had that specific in there, and I can't remember what it was. I hate when that happens. But dang it, that song's gonna bother me, y'all. But yeah, so with when we live and when we're on this earth, have your morals, your self-respect. Don't let nobody else bend you to their ways, no matter what. Be yourself always, unapologetically yourself. It'll come back to me one of these days, Cat the Cat. What's going to happen is I'm going to be sitting here and all of a sudden it's going to hit me out of nowhere. Or it'll be 2 hours after this live and all of a sudden I'll be like, that was the song. Like, you ever done that stuff 6 hours later? 6 hours later, so many hours later that we had to get a new thing. That's another that yeah. Let's see. I think it was a Christian song though, I swear. Yeah, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, you're asleep, and all of a sudden you wake up and you're like dead asleep. And you go, oh, that was the song. No, right now, Miss Catherine, I can't even remember the lyrics. So I'd look it up. That is true. Animals, I love animals because they give us unconditional love. They are such little sweet cherubs. Um, and I will say that I love animals for that fact. Think about how they unconditionally love even people who do them wrong. You know what I'm saying? Animals are so, like, that is one of God's greatest gifts, in my opinion. That is one of God's greatest gifts. And also Unanswered Prayers, which is a song, if you didn't know, one of God's greatest gifts is unanswered prayers. I love that song because it's true. Sometimes we think something is meant for us, and God knows it ain't meant for us, and He don't answer those prayers because we don't really need it. And sometimes we so stubborn that He does answer them, and then we realize we didn't want it. Don't be so stubborn you keep praying for something you ought not to. Yeah, it's really sad, Miss Beth, that they will continue to go back to an abusive owner, and I really cry because you'll see the animal still trying to love up with that person, still trying to get praises, still trying to, it really breaks my heart. And I do not like people who are abusive to animals because animals don't deserve that. They deserve all the love and care for in the world. If I could love people the way that animals and dogs love people, it would be amazing. But I don't think I could do that because there's some people that I can't be giving unconditional love to. I'm just saying. There's some people I can, but I will say another thing. Hey, Mr. Noble, how you doing? That, some people I'm I always ask God for forgiveness and Jesus for forgiveness when there's some people that my brain wants me to wish bad upon them, and I have to go, dear baby, sweet baby Jesus, 8 pounds 6 ounce baby Jesus, please help me not wish bad upon this person, even though they've been bad to me and they've been bad to other people. Sweet baby Jesus, please clear my heart of all this dislike of this person because they not worth it. Thank you, sweet baby Jesus, 8 pounds 6 ounce baby Jesus. I start pulling out the Ricky Bobby prayer, y'all. I start pulling out the Ricky Bobby prayer because sometimes my brain on some folks. Yeah, see, sometimes God be like, child, you know better than that. I swear I think Jesus looks at me sometimes and shakes his head when I do dumb shit. And he knows I'm doing dumb shit. And he's like, not again. Nope, not again, child. Don't you be doing that stuff. I think sometimes God just be shaking his head at some of us, especially when he knows we doing some dumb shit. Because I think of God's love like he does with, like we love children, right? We love our children that we've had unconditionally. We love our pets the way our pets love us. That's the way I think of how God loves us, right? But I think sometimes he just be tired of our bullshit and be looking down on us, just shaking his head, going, "Oh Lord, not again! This dumbass done decided to do that again. They know better, Lord, sweet. Oh my God! I think God be up there doing that. He be up there shaking his head. Oh Lord, no, they didn't just do that. Yes, they did. Oh Lord." Like, could you imagine God and Jesus up there just having a conversation right now? And yeah, the side eye emoji came straight from God. I'm telling you, he be giving us the side eye. He be shaking his head at us. He be like, "Oh no, I done tried to tell this dumbass not to do this more than once, and look at him doing it again. Look at him doing it again." I told him not to do that. Hey, Mr. G2K, what's up? How you doing? Yeah, I think God be giving us the side eye. I think he be shaking his head at us, and sometimes he just walks away, and he's like, "I just can't deal with that." I think he has an awesome sense of humor too, and sometimes I think he laughs at the dumb crap we do. Like when he knows we doing something stupid and we don't even know we doing something stupid, I think he laughs at us. I really do. Yeah, like he'd be like, what the F, man? I made you smarter than this shit. Why you doing that dumb shit? Man, I swear to God, if she didn't just do that again, knowing I done taught her this lesson one more time, she just did it again. Can you believe she did it again? Like this is Jesus and God having a conversation, right? And God's going, can you believe she did it again? Well, I mean, sometimes she don't learn. And then God goes, yep, I'm telling you. And then they just be up there laughing at us sometimes when we do certain stuff. They just be giggling at us. I think they laugh at us when we do certain dumb shit. We're like, told her not to do it again. She did it, didn't she? Uh-huh. Look what happened. Yeah, and then Jesus be looking at God. You did make her hard-headed. Well, yeah, I kind of did make her hard-headed. But that shit funny, though. Yeah, it really is. Man, I done told her 4 or 5 times not to be doing that. And she still did it. Yep, she did it again. Like this the 5th time already. This the 5th time. And she didn't learn from the first 2 times. No, she didn't learn from the first 2 times. I'm shaking my head right now. I'm going to give it a side eye. That's Jesus and God having conversations right there about Stiffy. I'm just not even going to look no more. I'm not going to look. God's like, well, I got to look. I don't have a choice. I got to watch over them. Jesus like, do I really have to look? I really don't want to. She going to do it again. For the 16th time. I'm going to go get me some more coffee in a minute, y'all. It's going to be awesome. Oh, is there any more in there? Okay. Thank you. That was my son, y'all. The other day, one of my friends heard my son. They go, oh, my God, his voice is so deep. I go, yeah, I know. He ain't a little kid no more. It's sad. But, yeah, so I think I know God be looking down on me sometime going, now, you know better than that. No, you no. Stop reading that bitch for filth. I done told you. Jesus be going, but that shit funny though. She is kind of funny though. God be like, yeah, but she know better. And God, Jesus be like, she do know better, but it's still funny though. I'm laughing. I like it's kind of funny. She said the bitch had a big ass nose and looked like a witch. So, that was kind of funny. You like Melita coffee? I do. We do just homebrew. I do have one of those. What do you call that damn thing where it just does the one little cup? Keurig. I got one of them Keurigs though. But we do just like a regular pot of coffee with some medium roast. Dark roast sometimes be too stout, and I don't like the light roast because it's like drinking coffee water. Thank you, babe. But yeah, so I don't like drinking the light roast because it tastes like water, and the dark roast be too rough sometimes. So I like doing the medium roast. But I don't know how. I've not done an espresso shot ever. I think I need to try one. But then I'm also like, how would my ADHD work with an espresso shot? You know what I'm saying? I've never drank espresso before, I don't think, in my life. I don't think I've ever had espresso. I need to try it one of these days. I'm going to go grab me. Y'all coming with me. I'm bringing my computer. I'm going to go make me a cup of coffee. So y'all coming with me. We're going to walk to the kitchen. I got to stand up. Oh, my knees. Y'all, my knees, man. I'm getting old. I know. Stop barking. Bruiser, hush. You hear his little butt? He likes to talk crap sometimes. Calm down. I'm just walking to the coffee pot. I'm going to get me some of this creamer right here. And I'm going to get me some coffee. Yep, I finished up the pot of coffee. Let me turn that off. Now, I will say this. If you like the dark roast, Miss Catherine, and you like stuff like that, if you have a Keurig, try the Death Wish coffee. It's called Death Wish. I believe, hold on, let me look. They got, yeah, and it's espresso roast. And they're dark coffee, and a lot of people say those are real good. My son loves them, so we buy them for him occasionally. He likes the dark roast Death Wish coffee. That's the name of the coffee. It's called Death Wish. You like espresso and like you drink a whole pot of espresso? I bet you could be bouncing off the wall, Stiffy. Be like, woo! I'm ready. Let me sit back down here. Get my coffee straight. Dog's done messed up all my blanket. I got to pick up the blanket. Let me get my blanket back right so I can be comfortable. Oh, regular coffee does nothing. Have a good day, American Honey Love. Hopefully, if it's not too late, you might catch me at Mr. Fumbles. But hopefully, because I don't stay up too late. If I do, I feel like crap the next day. I like that Dunkin'. I also like that Mountain Green. The Mountain Green, I think it's called Mountain Green pods. They're good. I like there's a couple of them that they make for the pods for the Keurig that I like. But now regular, I just buy the big cans. You know what I'm saying? The big cans. And so we do just the big, it don't have to be a specific brand on the big cans that we buy because we drink so much coffee. So that's why I do that. But I do like trying. Now, here's the thing. I haven't tried some of those flavored pods per se because I just like my creamer. So, I use my chocolate creamer that I like. But I have tried some of the Mountain Greens and the other different things. Yeah, I would say you would have to, ease your way into it. Don't go crazy and get 3 shots of espresso if you've never had espresso. You know what I mean? I used to use the caramel creamer from I forgot what brand that was, but I used to use the caramel macchiato creamer or the caramel creamer, and I switched over to this chocolate creamer, and oh my god, I love this creamer. Oh my god, it makes I didn't like for years I was the type of person, I don't want to put no chocolate in my coffee, that gonna taste weird. And then I tried this creamer and I was like, oh my god, this is so good. This is like some good stuff right here. Whew. Oh yeah, I got this coffee. It's so good, y'all. Sorry, I had to take a moment. I buy it's an off-brand version that Walmart sells. And I like the name brand Hershey one. It's okay, but it's a little more bitter. if that makes sense, where the off brand is a little less bitter than the name brand. So I kind of like the off brand a little bit more. Probably has more sugar and more bad stuff in it, I would probably say, because it's cheaper. But it tastes good. Um, the name brand, I've done it quite a few times, the Hershey chocolate name brand one, but it is a little bit more bittery. You know what I'm saying? And this one right here is a little more smooth. Now, Racy Stars, my mama is the exact same way. She don't put nothing in her coffee. She drinks straight black coffee. She don't want nothing in it. And then my dad was the type to put like just a little sugar in his coffee, but he never used creamers or anything like that. But I kind of got him into creamers, but now he's diabetic, so he can't really do unless he does the zero sugars. Well, they don't have a whole lot of flavors in the zero sugars. So he ends up finding they make zero sugar chocolate sauce for like ice cream and stuff. And he uses like a little bit of it with his his diabetic friendly sweetener, and that's he makes his own version, I guess I would say, of a chocolate coffee with no creamer. That's basically what he does. He makes his own version of it with a zero sugar chocolate syrup, and then he uses his diabetic friendly sweetener, and that's how he makes his coffee now. Now for a while there we were using honey in his coffee as a sweetener. Yeah, my dad uses Splenda in his coffee. It's an off-brand Splenda, and then he uses like a teaspoon of the chocolate sauce to make it what he wants. And I have gotten him the zero sugar, um, you know, creamers before, and he kind of liked the caramel one. And French vanilla wasn't too bad, the zero sugar they have for it, but they don't have a lot of flavors per se. Um, and he likes like the chocolate one that I get, but obviously he can't drink it. So he made his own version of it. He uses Splenda and the zero sugar chocolate syrup, and that's how he makes his coffee now. Yep. He squeezes a little bit of the chocolate into it, and then he puts his Splenda in there, and that's how he drinks his coffee now. Mhm. And my mom's always done straight jet black coffee, and she wants her coffee. Like my mom and daddy make coffee strong enough they can knock a gorilla down at 20 paces. They used to make their coffee like syrup, so I might have been drinking something similar to espresso, but it wasn't espresso. Just because they always made their coffee real strong. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, just drinking some of that coffee when I was younger I'd get so jittery. It'd be so strong. I don't know why, but the song that just went through my head for some reason was Jesus loves the little children, out of children of the world. Okay, I don't know why, but that song just came to my mind. Do y'all know those camping stove coffee pots? My mom and dad used to swear by doing their coffee on the stove in one of those camping pots. Like the blue ones, the blue like coffee camping things that you take camping. Have a great weekend, Miss Catherine. Don't get no mess now. Now don't get no drama. Don't get no drama, child. But they used to swear by them because they said it made the coffee stronger and better and stuff. They did that for a while. We are the world. We are the children. About a day, keep living. uh, yeah, I figured out what you meant. I figured out what you meant, Miss Beth. I figured that you know sometimes typos happen, but I figured out you love the song "We Are the World." Yeah. You want to know one of my favorite songs, and it's one of the reasons why I sung it on my channel, um, by the Black Eyed Peas. Where's the love, y'all? People killing, people dying, children hurt, and you hear them crying. When you practice what you preach, and don't you turn the other cheek. Father, Father, help us. We need some guidance from above. These people got me questioning. Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? The love, the love. I love that song by the Black Eyed Peas. I absolutely love that song. Because that's basically you know what that song is preaching is to unite and stop all the hate and love each other and all this other stuff. So that's why I love that song. That is very true, Miss Beth. If we don't, it's going to get much worse. And here's the thing, I will say this: the government wants to keep us divided because they know if we're divided, they can conquer us. But if we're united and we stand tall together with love, there's no way they could. They want us to be divided so they can conquer, but united we stand, divided we fall. Also, if you've never heard the song Unity by Queen Latifah, that's also a very good song. UINTY. That's a good one. That's crazy that I remember most people at the young age don't even know that Queen Latifah was a rapper back in the day and that she started her career in music and did that before she ever came on the scene as an actress or a talk show host and all those things. But before she ever did that, she came out um, as a rapper. I remember when she first came out. I always loved Queen Latifah. I always did, ever since I was little. But I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. I want y'all to have a good day today. Um, and I want y'all to make sure that y'all smile today. Y'all have a good weekend. Y'all have fun. Don't let nobody steal your shine, steal your smile. You keep smiling through it all. Don't let nobody beat you down on this earth. And you make sure you take care of yourself today and all days. Remember that your mental health and your physical health, health is wealth, baby. Take care of it. And keep smiling no matter what nobody says to you. Their words do not matter, right? Words are just that. They're words, right? They have no implication on your life, on who you are. The true people who know you and love you are going to know their falsities anyway. And if anybody believes it, they wasn't worth being in your circle anyway, right? They wasn't worth being in your time, in your place, in your spirit. Because those who love and care about you know that no matter what's said, that is falsities, right? And so I want you to keep smiling today and all days. Keep being bright. Keep shining your light all over this world. You know what I'm saying? And keep being who you are unapologetically, because there will never be another you on this universe. There will never be another Miss Beth. There will never be another Racing Stars. You know what I'm saying? There will never be another American Honey. There will never be another you, because you are uniquely yourself and your life experiences have shaped you to be who you are. There could be somebody that looks like you, yes, but they're not going to be exactly like you because they ain't went through what you went through. So you're already unique. You're already amazing just the way you are. You're already perfectly imperfect. Keep smiling no matter what nobody says. Keep shining and just have a good day. Don't let nobody get in your spirit and make you feel bad about nothing. Don't let nobody make you feel like you a terrible person or you this, that, you the next. You know what I'm saying? You just keep smiling and keep your head up. No matter what anybody tries to say about you, you know who you are. You know what you like. You know what I'm saying? And I want you to always remember today and all days that you're loved, you're appreciated, you're cared for. You are special. You are amazing just the way you are. God didn't make no mistakes when He made you, baby. He made you perfect just the way you are. And if you want to change something for health reasons or whatever, do what you got to do. Yeah, be a blessing to someone today. I'm going to say this. My favorite thing, Miss Beth, is also every small act of kindness, from the largest to the smallest. You don't know how it's going to affect somebody else's day. Just saying hey to somebody or saying you like their shoes could turn their frown upside down, could change their day from a bad one to a good one. So remember today and all days to be kind not only to yourself but to others. Be a blessing not only to yourself but to others. Spread love, not animosity. Spread kindness. Just the smallest act can change this world. And you can be the change that changes it and don't even realize it. Every one of us, if we take that little bit of time out of our day just to be kind, you never know what you just did. You could have saved somebody's life and didn't even know it. They could have been contemplating suicide, and because you said and smiled at them and said, have a good day, or, something nice to them, you could have changed that whole trajectory for that day, and you don't know it. So every small act of kindness, it starts with just changing and being a better person. Yep. Treat the animals, the strays, with kindness too. I do the same thing, Miss Beth. There are many times that I will put out food for the stray animals if I know there's strays in the area, and water. Like there was somebody dumped some wild animals somewhere. I usually keep like a little sack of food in the back of my vehicle. A little bit of dog food or cat food in a little bag, so that if I know that there's an area where there's a stray at, I may not be able to catch the stray, but at least I can give them food and water. I keep treats in my vehicle. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes animals be, needing a treat and a praise and saying, I love you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes at the store we have a few dogs that like to hang around. There's somebody's dog in the area, so you don't take them because they do belong to somebody, right? But they're coming up there because they want a treat. So I give them a treat. Something that's doggy approved, something that's not going to hurt them, So like I keep the little begging strips in the car, yeah. And so I do the same thing, Miss Beth. I always keep some bottled water in the vehicle, and I always keep a little bag of food, so that if I do run across a situation like that, even if I can't catch them, at least I make sure they ate and got some water. You know what I'm saying? At least I make sure they're okay. Also, it's good to keep disposable bowls in your vehicle if you're going to do that, right? Keep disposable bowls. That way you can put them down some water and some food. Even if you can't catch them. Sometimes you can catch them, sometimes you can't because they're wild or they're scared or for whatever reason. And sometimes you have to do that over a couple of days in order to gain their trust. But always be kind. Animals are innocent and they don't do anything wrong. Be kind to not only animals, but humans as well. Sometimes a human can be acting up and acting bad just because they don't have enough love in their life. They don't have people in their life that care about them like most of us do. And they could just be having a really bad time in life, wanting to unalive themselves. And you don't know if your small act of kindness can be the reason that they decide to fight and change. And sometimes we got to be the change we want to see. Be better than those who do dirty to us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, carry dog food, cat food, wet and dry, and water at all times in the vehicle, because also sometimes you'll run across small kittens who can't eat hard food yet. Sometimes older animals or whatnot. But yeah, I do the same, Miss Beth. I always try to keep something like that because I would hate to think that an animal went without food or water. You know, they're innocent little cherubs. And if I know they've been dumped, I will try to, you know, earn their trust and then find them a home. That's how we wound up with Duchess, to tell you the truth. She was dumped. Poor little thing was in the woods. She had ticks all over. Her sides were sunk in. You could tell she hadn't eaten a couple days or longer. Because when I first brought her, she was hiding food, trying to hoard it. She would eat really, really fast to the point of almost making herself sick. And she's now since slowed down, obviously, because she knows the food's not going anywhere. But when she first came up, she would try to hide her food and try to hoard it because she thought it would go away. And now that she knows it's not, obviously she's calmed down, but she was dumped. We have that problem around here is a lot of animals are dumped. Our neighbors actually wound up with a lab that way. And they took that puppy in. There was a set of them. They found most of them homes, but one of them they kept. They bad about dumping puppies around here. Really bad about that, like puppies. And so she found most of them a home, but she ended up keeping one of them. And because she couldn't find it at home, so it ended up staying with her. And that's the way most of the people are around here. We have a bad problem with that because we have areas that's nothing but hunting land, and people think that, oh, they'll be able to live free in the woods. And they'll stay around like a culvert or something like that. And we found a whole litter one time and a mama dog near that area. There's no houses around that area. So they weren't nobody's babies. Somebody dumped them. And so they ended up finding the mama dog a home. They ended up finding all the puppies homes after they were weaned fully and eaten good. And we have a couple people on this road who do that. We rescue the animals that are dumped here. And it's sad that people do that, but it happens. But I just want to send y'all so much love. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for hitting that like button. Thank you for all support. I thank you for everything. If you hit the Cash App, if you hit the membership, if you're just here, you hit the like button. If you're just chilling in chat with me, you know what I'm saying? Thank you to all my Bushwatchers, Replay Gang. Thank you to everybody who's supported me in any way, shape, or form. You don't realize how much your support means to me. It means the world. Thank you for just talking to me and having great conversations. I appreciate every single one of you. I don't want you to walk out of this room without making sure you know you're loved and you're appreciated. Because some content creators don't appreciate everything. I do. And I always will. Thank you, beautiful people. Y'all have a good day, my angels. Bye.
The TUPELO, I'm reppin' my hood, so love I'm gon' show from the TUPELO. I'm reppin' my hood to the day that I go from the TUPELO. I'm reppin' my hood, so love I'm gon' show from the TUPELO. I'm ripping my hood to the day that I go.
I'm from the west side, we don't need no introduction, this was the best ride. We all big boy rolling and holding, come take a test drive. Hilldale, Evergreen, Glenkirk, Adder Street, bending every corner on the west, and that's where I'll be. Sunroof back, Captain seat banging down 1800, chunking up the deuce to my post slanging down on 1800. Show no love to the ladies that's training round on 1800, making time stand still, crystalline swinging down on 1800. Watching out for them knuckleheads that be stanging round on 1800. Big rims and low pros be blanging round on 1800. Better completely change the way you're thinking about round 1800. Really hate to see you boys get left slanking round 1800. Out of street got some history, just let Captain C lay it out. If I don't finish it all on this one, let the second verse break it out. Remember the blue war promise when OG standing back there by 60 deep. Bullwalker, saw blue a big Anthony using P.
I'm from the TUPELO, I'm ripping my